How's it going, everyone? We're back with another stream. Yes, we are. And today it's going to be more of a lesson. I might play a little bit, but essentially just wanted to talk a little bit about scales, a little bit about pentatonic. E pentatonic in particular, although you can use any key, right, to work through this exercise. So we're looking at this today. Now, probably gonna want to actually we might do this in F. Might be easier, right? So I'm just playing. F pentatonic. Now what you can see on the screen here, this image, I'm showing you, basically we have different patterns, right? So we can track this pentatonic scale or map it up the neck, all right? So yeah, I'm just gonna sit on each pattern for a little while so you can get a feel for the sound of each. I'm gonna pull up the live stream here on my phone so that I can answer your questions. There you go, you can hear me talking. Cool. So essentially, I'm gonna just start playing through these patterns, beginning with pattern 1. Good, I'm gonna repeat that. Cool, okay. Now pattern 2, this is technically not F pentatonic, but A flat major pentatonic. Right, I'm just alternate picking with a little bit of palm muting, but you can do it like that as well. Right? So I'm already making up patterns, but essentially I'm just walking through pattern 1 and pattern 2 here. Oops. Played a few funny notes there, but here we go. And then you get like kind of a weird overlapping pattern in pattern 3. Right, so you want to limit yourself, you know, kind of work through it slowly, starting on pattern 1. Moving up to pattern 2, A flat major pentatonic, or you can still think of this all as F minor pentatonic. And pattern 3. And finally, moving up to pattern 4. try to go blistering fast, or do the smart thing, start slow. Now I'm up at pattern 5. So it's kind of tricky, you know? So I'm just playing through each position. I'm playing up one position and down the next. All right, so up. Oops. Alright, and if you're feeling diligent, if you're feeling studious, throw on a metronome. So this is, you know, we'll just play, you can do quarter notes or eighth notes at 120. So. Should have gone all the way up. And then we're back, right? So I'll try to stick to one pattern because I'm getting, you know, just kind of getting playful with the exercise because I find, you know, just running scales kind of boring. So you want to, you know, be diligent, be focused, but also try to have fun with your practice. So yeah, let's, I'll just increase my brightness here a bit. Let me try just like sticking to one pattern for you. How are my stats? We're pretty good. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, we'll stick to one pattern, just pentatonic. Again, if you're just tuning in, this is what we're doing. We're doing these patterns, right? So starting on F minor pentatonic. Again, someone sent me this, like a student sent me this, I think, and I'm not sure where it's from, so don't get mad at me. Someone just sent it to me. They're like, this is cool, and I agree. I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, that's where I got this. So putting on the metronome here. That was going all the way up. And then you can try to come back down, like going descending from the top shape and then going through the shapes, right? had to think about a few of those. Doing like weird triplets grouped in 4 because I'm crazy. I don't know. I just felt it, so I'm doing it. But you can also just go straight eighth notes, like groupings of 4. Up and down each shape. Then you try to connect the shapes, right? That took us off the beat. And talking messed me up. So that took us off the beat, but let's start on the beat. You could just keep moving up in the positions, right? They're not always gonna like be in time if you're playing this 4-beat pattern. You might have to just like stop and restart, or you can go off the beat like I did. Okay, then going from this pattern here. So we're starting on the dominant 7th in F. What's that note? Tell us in the chat if you're smart. Right, so like you're gonna start seeing the benefits of this exercise almost right away because it's gonna kind of free you up. You're gonna be able to traverse the fretboard pretty easily in pentatonic tonalities. What does traversing the fretboard mean? Well, maybe try improvising a line like that starts low pentatonic, like. So I started low F pentatonic, F minor pentatonic, and I was just playing. I cheated a couple times. I played outside of the pentatonic tonality, right? So I kind of added like maybe a minor 9 or a minor 6th or something in there. But a good thing to do is just like play a simple blues, you know, just like a shuffle or a rock blues, right? But start low, right? Go like, and then try to move up through the pentatonic patterns we just looked at, but just like not playing through the patterns, just like kind of working horizontally through them instead of vertically, right? So vertically meaning just kind of like up and down in position, not necessarily like harmonically vertically, just like working up and down the shapes vertically. You can move horizontally through it like this. And then kind of make your way. Oops. Right? So put on a blues backing track. If you have a blues and F backing track, I'm sure you can find an F blues, like a really simple like shuffle kind of rock blues on YouTube. Right, and start playing simple phrases, but try to move all the way up the neck gradually. Right, and that's the top, and then we can keep going up. Now we're up to our, you know, the position we began with in the first fret there. Right, we're just playing like a rock blues, you know, nothing too jazzy. You can just kind of. That's a good kind of comping pattern for a rock blues. You know, you go. I was hearing something there. So you're trying to connect what you're hearing to basically your fluency on the fretboard, right? So the more fluent you are in pentatonic, the easier it's going to be to pick out those lines when you hear them pop up. So like, it'd be good to try to sing something. You know, sing what you're hearing, and then try to play it. That's the best way, right? Listen to a lot of blues music, listen to a lot of jazz music, listen to whatever you're into, and then try to sing something in that style, right? Even write something if you want, and then just try to play it. This is gonna like foster your own creative voice, but being fluent in pentatonic pentatonic anymore, but you hear how effective pentatonic is, right? Like, let me see if I can do what I was just saying. Like, sing something and then play it using one of these patterns we were just looking at, right? So using one of these patterns. I'll say, ba ba do boo do ba do. That's all F minor pentatonic. Ba boo do boo ba do boo ba do. Ba da do boo da do boo ba do ba do do. Boom da da do da do do do. Boop da dee ba boop doo bee ba boom. Right? This is how you're gonna really start to come up with some like musical sounding phrases, is like harnessing that power of your own imagination, right? Your own voice. So we're improvising using F minor pentatonic. If you're here with us right now, something interesting worth noting is that we have all of our Fs marked in white on this image. You have F first fret, third fret, so going through and playing them all is a good exercise. Right? So knowing where your octaves are on the guitar is super important. There are images online of the whole fretboard marked with all the pitches, their names, with colors. So that's really cool. That's not an F. So I'm trying desperately to stay within F pentatonic, but my hand just wants to play other notes. So here I'm trying to harness like 5-beat patterns, and I'm still just playing notes from this image here. Oops. So 5 groupings of 5/8 notes are kind of cool if you're playing it through the scale. You start on your high note. Say we're playing top string 4th fret, so that would be G sharp or A flat. You play down to B flat, and then from F down to A flat here, on first fret, and then oops, don't have that low note. Bong. So that's something that's kind of fun to shed, like playing 5-note 5-beat patterns, or groupings of 5/8 notes through the pentatonic scale. It's a little trickier than other groupings. So when you get to the low area, you sometimes run out of real estate. just stop there so I don't go too far out of position. Yeah, so this is actually kind of a fun one for me to practice. Five beat groupings moving through the pentatonic, F minor pentatonic pattern. Gotta go slow so I can play it right. And then you basically run out of real estate. But it's really cool. And if you're feeling really ambitious, you can try doing 5 beat patterns, five eighth note groupings, rather, moving through all the shapes that we're looking at here. So check out the shapes, starting from first position. Then you could do this. Sorry. And then moving down this position. And then we're back up to our high position. So this was actually a really tricky one, and I'm just kind of like trying it for the first time. So you want to put some time in on this if you want to get it really fluent. So let's see if I can figure out where to turn it around, going up through the positions from pattern 1. Just exploring this one. Groupings of 5 eighth notes moving through all of our F pentatonic shapes on the neck. Yeah, we're just looking at this one. If you ever get your guitar at home, just try playing up through all the shapes like this, right? All the shapes we have written on that image. So I'm kind of ripping through them, but you want to pause the video and just take a look at these positions. I just played 1 through 5. Okay, and we'll continue playing the 5 eighth note groupings of 5 eighth notes, then restarting. So it's like we start on F, we go up 5 steps in the scale, so almost the whole scale. It's a pentatonic scale, right? It's only a 5 note scale. So we're playing up to the 5th note, and then moving up a step. And we're continuing the pattern. So here, up 5, here, up 5 from there, up 5 from there, right? You get the idea. not too sure about that one. I'm not sold. You can restart or you can go off the beat. That one's pretty easy, but you know, when you get just like you get stuck mid-neck, like in a weird position, you kind of have to, you know, take a second and orient yourself. But this is a really good exercise for anyone who's trying to master their pentatonic scales, right? I think the place to start for you, though, is just groupings of 4, right? It's a lot more straight ahead. So that's just starting on F, going up 4 notes in the scale, F minor pentatonic. So F, A flat, B flat, C, and then A flat, B flat, C, E flat. And you continue the pattern, right? Moving up a position. Actually, I'll go up and then down. So up 1 position, down another. So up pattern 1, down pattern 2, up pattern 3, down pattern 4, up pattern 5. Check it out. Oh, we're doing groupings of 4. Just making a brief pause, right, in between each. I was intentionally doing some funky pull-offs there. Ah! That's like a pick and a pull off immediately after, right? As a rule of thumb, if you're playing this exercise and you want to kind of develop your technique a little bit in the left hand, you can do pull offs on the way down and hammer-ons on the way up. Or hammer-ons on the way up. Now we'll move up. We're doing pull-offs, right? Right? Anytime we have a chance, we do a pull-off. So you can see how this can be like kind of cool to throw in like at a high velocity there. If you can pull it off. Again, like, it's an exercise, right? It's supposed to be challenging. Moving forward. then finally we're back. Finally. Make sure you get that. Nice, nice, nice. I'm just checking if anyone's popped into the chat there. Alas, it's a quiet night on the old Beyond the Beat live stream, it appears. Alas. And you can hear my voice twice. Okay. Anyway. So we've just talked about F minor pentatonic. Moving F minor pentatonic up through all the positions on the neck, right? So this is what we're talking about. For those of you who are just tuning in, this is F minor pentatonic. All the positions. And we're just talking about different patterns you can throw in there, like moving up in groupings of 4. Right, when you get to the top, you can do a little pause, so. And then down the next pattern, right? So this is pattern 2 coming down. I'm kind of ghosting some of those notes, but you get the idea. Switch over. I forgot you can't see my hand. So that was just pattern 3 going up, ascending in groupings of 4/8 notes, right? So you could try this at home. So you see the positioning gets weird in this pattern, right? So you can start on your second finger if you want. So I treated it like 5th position until I got to the upper register, and then I switch over. And then maybe descending from position 4. So you can see how you can work that into maybe just a little improvising, right? F blues. Oops. Make sure you get a good grip on the string. So I would take this pattern again, just like walk it up. The first pattern here. Take a break. Then here. You want to, pick a position, not like me. I'm just shuffling around like a crazy person. So I'm going to play a little funky kind of improvisation, right? Using all those patterns we just looked at, right? So just F pentatonic, kind of like a funk thing. all pentatonic, right? Just moving through the patterns we looked at. So I'll deliberately try to go low to high here through the patterns. So starting low, going to the second pattern. Cheating. I'm cheating. Again, trying to stick to just this structure, right? This is all the notes in F minor pentatonic placed on the neck, all the F's in white, right? And we're just improvising. You can go to B flat and still try it. So right now I'm in pattern 4. Where the brackets say these notes are shared by patterns 4 and 5. That's where I'm playing right now. So you can find your own licks, right, within this pentatonic structure, but it's good to be fluent across the whole neck, know all the positions, all the shapes, and run them in different ways so that you can, pick and choose when it comes time to improvise. That's the secret, right? That's the secret. You got to have more than you need to improvise, and then you select from that when you start playing. That's one we didn't talk about. So if you're an F pentatonic, you can start on the high note, go down a fourth, down a minor third, or you can skip 2 notes ahead, descending, and down to your first finger. So that's your structure. Down 2 notes, down a step. I'm trying to think what the structure is. I just play it like. So it'd be like down a fourth, but down 2 steps to the pentatonic scale. So you're just going from fourth to fourth, right? First string to second string, or A flat to E flat, and then first finger, then to F. So it's da do do da. So really you're playing like down a fourth and then up a fourth from C, down a fourth from A flat, up a fourth from C. Or you could think of it as, you know, a couple steps down, 2 steps down, a step down, and then back a step below where you started, right? You started here, this is a step below where you started. So going down 2 steps, down a step, back to where step below where you started. I just think of it as fourths. But they follow that pentatonic shape, and you can play it pretty rapidly using like a rolling technique. And there are a lot of players that use this, and I think it sounds really good. Alright, I'm just playing like pentatonic licks. That's descending 4-note patterns mixed with the fourths thing I just showed you. You can move that through all the shapes as well. It's hard ascending, actually. That's another way you can play through these pentatonic shapes, right? In fourths. So this is just, you could go descending. So start on your high A flat, down a fourth, down a minor third, up a fourth. So it's like da da do da da do do da da do do da. I'll slow it down. So for the tabsters, 4th fret, 1, 4th fret on 2, 1st fret on 2, 1st fret on 1, right? So you just do, like, just reverse it. Oops. And it follows the shape, follows pentatonic scale. Just get tight here, staying loose. Okay. So take a second to digest all that. I played a lot of patterns, and I'm trying to think what else we could do here. Well, there's so much you can do with pentatonic. It's kind of crazy. You can play like all those smaller chords through the pentatonic scale, right? Like you could get this like. So just playing fourths. And we'll talk about some different chords you can play. So check it out. If we're in F minor pentatonic, there are all sorts of little chord shapes you can play that follow this pattern here. I wish I could write on this. I wish I could annotate it. But essentially, let's start by looking at F here, 3rd finger, 4th string, 3rd fret. This F right here. Right here. And then we'll look at some different chord structures we could put in this position, right? You could play your minor third here. And then you could kind of move that up through the scale, right? Your next one would be like. I'm just kind of thinking through how you would harmonize this in pentatonic. So it's like a minor third, and if you're moving this horizontally, stepwise, you move each note up a step. But that doesn't really sound when you get into that territory, right? So it's not really, you'd want to move like that. So it's not really following the pentatonic scale on each note. That's something you could do. It's like a minor second, sorry, minor third from F, then a major third from A flat, another minor third, this time from C, right? So you can add notes to these chords. Kind of get these nice, like, little moving melodies. Da da dee da dee da. Right, some really easy counterpoint there. So they aren't diatonic chords. These are just kind of shapes I would pull out in an improvised setting, right? Had to kind of think about it. So that's really melodic, right? Like. So that's, you know, a really musical tool you can use. Is like look for those little diatonic shapes within the pentatonic scale. By diatonic, I mean like you could harmonize a major scale with that. Like you'd be playing A flat major, right? Right? You could walk that shape through A flat major. F minor and A flat major are relative. And so we're taking those shapes and we're applying them to our F minor pentatonic palette. That's a fun one. That's I'm just holding down high F and then playing A flat to B flat underneath it. Something's out of tune, but you get the idea. It's kind of like a pedal tone, right? So we're working those chord shapes in, and obviously you get a lot of mileage out of just like hammering on or pulling off one of the notes in those dyads. Like, so in this case, let's say we're in F minor, and we're playing F and A flat. What if I hammer on B flat with my pinky? Sounds really cool, right? Because you've got static against motion. That's a really good one. So C and B flat, but hammering into C from B flat here. Sorry, C and E flat, but hammering into C from B flat, like that. This is a good one. And you can get these down here as well. Wow, time for some new strings, I think. So yeah, we're just looking for little chord shapes within the pentatonic patterns we've established. So here, we talked about playing a C. So we're playing an E flat and then hammering from B flat to C underneath it. I'm playing an A flat and hammering from E flat to F. You can find these little chord shapes in pattern 4 here near the top, right? We're hammering into that. You see there's like 3 white Fs in the first pattern, then 1 in the second, and then in 3 we have a low and a high, right? So that high F in the 10th fret here, that's going to be what we're hammering into. We're holding our second finger here on our A flat, hammering into that white F there. Yeah, we're getting this nice kind of sound. I don't know if you can see my fretboard. It's kind of soulful, kind of bluesy, but say we're improvising an F. Right? You get it there as well. So you can use this almost in any position, right? Well, you can use it in any position. We just did. Here. So that's the same thing, right? E flat. Hammering up to F, holding an A flat, and then B flat hammering up to C, holding our E flat. Same thing here. E flat to F with an A flat on top. Something's out of tune. Oy vey. Don't you love it when your guitar just goes out of tune? All right. So we're talking about these little chord shapes. Oops. What am I doing? I was in the wrong key. We're in F. I'm showing you all the places you can play them. First position here. Sorry. Then. Right? Cool. So, what are some other chord shapes we can play within pentatonic? Or within this structure we've just established that you can see on this screen here. You can pause the video at any time, have a look at that. let's look at fourth string and second string and see if we can find anything there. Well, I see something. The first notes on the fourth and second string. You get these little sixths, right? Oops. Those are some you could play. They're in the pentatonic scale. Oops. Ah. Yeah, so I'm just kind of like feeling this out. So we're moving that shape through the pentatonic scale. Can be kind of fun. Or we could just, you know, find some nice flavors moving up the strings. So this is, we're just playing E flat and C. And here we're just playing A flat and F. And then C and A flat, and then we're back to E flat and C, right? So what if we're improvising? How do we work these in? Well, start by playing from the first position. Right? So we're using these little chords we talked about earlier, hammering into that minor third. Do that. You could also play it like this. So that's from a step below this sixth we were playing, between C and A flat. That's in the fourth pattern. You can hammer into it from this. So we're working with A flat major now, more than F minor pentatonic, but I would play that in a blues, right? Ah. That as well. So now we're looking at kind of like the extended tonality of F minor pentatonic. So things you can play in situations where you would be playing F minor pentatonic, like an F blues. You could totally get away with this. Ah. Yeah, maybe wouldn't play exactly that, but something like that. And yeah, you want to try this in different keys, right? You want to take your pentatonic through every key, right? Your pentatonic patterns that we just established, right? So you could take this image and say, all right, let's play it in F sharp. Okay, let's play it in G. And then just try to figure it out, right? But essentially at the end of the day, what you want to do is find phrases within the pentatonic scale that you can use when you're improvising, right? Things that you really like. So like, even just like, that's a cool one. That's using our pattern from earlier, right? Another pattern from earlier. Going outside of the pentatonic, but coming back here. So when phrasing something, it's important to use a mix of accents and rhythmic variety, right? Like you don't want to just play like like on downbeats, like just like quarter notes, half notes. You want to kind of mix it up with some syncopation. So you can still play basically just a pentatonic scale, but it sounds a little more exciting. It's got a musical flair to it, right? Like try playing the scale with little flares like that. Little slides. Little hammer on pull-offs. Don't go there. Anyway. So, you know, minor pentatonic, a lot of people are thinking like, okay, I play it on F minor, I play it in like an F blues or over an F7. But what are some other situations you can use a minor pentatonic scale? Well, there are many, and maybe we can talk about a few real quick. So here's kind of like a lesser known one. So say you're in F minor, or you're thinking F minor pentatonic. You can play it over a D major 9, like this. D flat major 9. So as a general rule, like you can take any minor pentatonic scale and play it over the major 7 or major 9 chord that falls a minor 6 above or a major 3rd below. So in layman's terms, or guitarist terms, if you're in F minor pentatonic, you just count down 1, 2, 3, 4 frets. That's a major 3rd. And then you can play that. If you hear like a D flat major 9, you can play F minor pentatonic over top. It sounds pretty cool, guys. So that's not an F. That's not an F minor. It's not an F7. It's a D flat or a C sharp. Major 9. Sorry guys, sorry for all the tuning. I don't know what's going on here with this old guitar, but I am going to get some new strings for it. Well, they're in the mail, right? Thanks, COVID. Okay. So we've established we can play F minor pentatonic over a D flat major 9, and it sounds pretty good. It sounds pretty darn good. So where can we play it? Where else? Let's have a good long think. Well, we could probably play it over like a B flat 7 sus. So like a B flat, an A flat, so like the 7, C, the 9, and then you got your sus, your 11. Right? You could say this is like B flat 7 sus, B flat 9 sus, or just A flat over B flat. You can play F minor pentatonic over that chord. You can even play it over B flat 7, right? So it's kind of versatile. It's kind of versatile in that way. I like it over this. You get what I'm saying, right? So you can play this kind of B flat tonality where you've got either a 7 sus chord or a dominant chord, and then your F minor pentatonic works over top of that. So you can even think of it like pattern 3. That's where we're playing this B flat. I'm just kind of like looping that fun little thing on top. So I don't know, obviously we can play A flat major as well. So we've just created like so many chords that you can use F minor pentatonic with. F minor, obviously, D flat major 7, D flat major 9, B flat 7, A flat over B flat, A flat major, A flat 6 9. Okay, off the top of my head, we could probably play G. No, I lied. You can't do that. You could probably play an E flat 9 sus, E flat 7 sus. That would work with F minor pentatonic. So what? This is so many chords. So many chords that you can just use F minor pentatonic to rip over. So you're probably thinking, all right, I hear you. I'll learn my pentatonic patterns. Good. Get to work. Hit the shed, man. For those of you who are maybe music students who don't know that phrase, hit the shed. Shed just means like practice room. So hit the practice room. Start running this stuff. See what happens. So I'll play over that E flat chord for you. So you can hear how it sounds using just F minor pentatonic. This is the kind of stuff I really liked when I was growing up because you get creative with it, right? You get to hear how these sounds interact with other chords, and it's like kind of the bare bones of music, right? Of jazz and pop and blues and stuff like that, right? So that's just a simple E flat 7 sus. You can bar your finger. That's a nice chord, right? Play it like that, but that's kind of like a $10 voicing. This is the $1 voicing, the value menu. So F minor pentatonic over this, check it out. Nope. Let's go to that E flat chord again. Still playing F minor, right? Back to F minor, right? Just pentatonic. The whole time. It just sounds really cool over E flat. Went out. That's actually a go-to for me. I didn't even realize, but like, if I'm playing over like a 9 sus like this voicing, I usually go for the pentatonic on the 9. Right? That means like in E flat, that would just be F minor pentatonic. Played from the 10th fret, or sorry, the 8th fret. Like, you can play like a whole chord progression, and F minor pentatonic just works for everything, right? So these scales are like so useful, right? Like, that's why I'm doing this stream, because I know a lot of my students at Beyond the Beat and outside of Beyond the Beat are practicing this right now, and maybe some of them should be practicing it. Maybe everyone should be practicing this. You know, everyone should be practicing this. It's the truth. It's so helpful. So yeah, I don't know what to say, guys. Let me play some chords, and I'll play F minor pentatonic over top, and we'll see what happens, right? We'll see. Just down a pentatonic scale, right? Oh. Yep. So I just ended on an F7, but we were sticking pretty close to F minor 7 tonality that whole time. So you probably want to end on that chord. Sweet. Okay. So I just demonstrated that the same scale worked for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different chords. And there are more. That's the best part. Let's see, what else can we do here? We could probably get away with something let's see. There you go. F sharp Lydian. You can play F minor pentatonic over F sharp Lydian, which is technically in D flat. Right. So there you go. Pretty much any mode of D flat, I'm pretty sure, or A flat, you're gonna be able to play this, right? So like, don't take my word for that. You might want to experiment on your own. But check this out. This is a. I should really have the freeze pedal plugged in here. So I could hold a chord and play over it, but you get the idea. This is your chord, and you can go. Ba ba do ba boom ba do. Ba do 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 do. It works over this chord, right? How many times do I have to tune this guitar tonight? That's the question. How many times do I have to tune this guitar tonight? Guess that's as close to the real chord we're gonna get as we're gonna get. So this is what we're playing over, right? I'm just playing it to show you. Okay, that's F sharp Lydian, which is like a major 7 chord with a sharp 11 or sharp 4. Pretty darn cool. What about, let's see. What about, yeah, we already covered B flat Dorian. Yeah, we covered most of these modes. What about, that'd be kind of an out one. Maybe like a simple. No, I think we've already been over that. Yeah, we've covered most of these chords that I think you'd practically use, like practically as in like most musical settings you could get away with this. Like F sharp, major 7 sharp 11, you could play an F minor pentatonic and it would sound pretty good, right? Here it is. Right? Yo, Dylan, what's up? It's actually like a Fishman loud box. It's just like an acoustic amp. I was trying to use the this guitar has like a bridge pickup, it's like a piezo pickup. Each saddle is its own pickup. You know, I'm not too up on the tech side of things, but it takes a battery, and I just replaced it today, and it's not really working. Like, it kind of crapped out on me. So I'm kind of worried about it. So I'm just using the humbucker through an acoustic amp. I'm using like a really smooth pick here. This is a like a Dunlop jazz pick, I guess, but it's super smooth, like a polished stone. So you don't really get any pick noise. So it's just the sound of the chambered body. It's a block, solid maple block, but it's a spruce top with two pretty big chambers here. So it's kind of like the ES335 in that sense. Only yeah, it's not. It's a Godin. But I'm really worried about this bridge pickup here. I want to take it in and see if someone can gut it and get it working properly. Because you can blend the humbucker and the piezo pickup, and you get this like natural attack like the acoustic pickup, and then the fatness of the humbucker. Fatness, it's a musical term. So it's kind of a cool vibe. Anyway, I'm just disappointed that it broke right as I was starting the stream. So try taking your F minor pentatonic in all positions like this and playing it over the following chords. This is essentially what we've been covering the whole time. It's like you can play it over F sharp major 7 with a sharp 11. You can play it over this E flat 9 sus. Right? You can play it over D flat major 9. Not that one. You get the idea, right? That's just position 4, pattern 4, playing over a D flat major 9, which is D flat major 7 with an E flat. And then you can also play F minor pentatonic over any A flat major sound. Get your Chet Atkins solo going. But what else? Yeah, those are the big points there. B flat 7. You could also play F minor pentatonic over B flat 9 sus. So that's like an A flat triad over B flat, right? Just simple A flat triad over B flat. You can play F minor pentatonic and it works. Ah. And I'll play something in time with F minor pentatonic. Something like that, right? You want to go really out. Not for everyone. Have I just alienated my audience? Ah. So I'm literally just playing with F pentatonic, F minor pentatonic, and I'm just trying these little fourth patterns, like. Alright, so that's this shape. Alright, going from C to F to E flat. Sorry, C, F, B flat. And then B flat, E flat, A flat. Or for the tabsters, 10, 10, 11, 8, 8, 9. That's just over F, right? Maybe you know that already, but you can move these shapes around. We're cheating here. We're playing just like a B flat or A flat major. You can play that over. Anyway, I'm keeping it pretty straight ahead, like, you know, just like playing pentatonic and trying different chords. You're gonna find like the most like pure, simple, beautiful melodies are usually pentatonic. Like, I don't know. Running out of steam a little here, guys, but you know, you get the idea. I'm just trying to show you like how I use one pentatonic scale, like all the different applications, trying to get beyond the beat to be visible there. Let's move it over. Yeah, you know where we are. Yeah, like I use it in A flat major, like I'll use F minor pentatonic. Use it in D flat. Use it on E flat sus. B flat sus or B flat 7. And if you want to go real deep, you can figure out that all of these chords are related back to F minor in some way, right? You can find all the common tones in the scale, all the chord tones in the scale. So yeah, if you want to go dig deep, you can find all of that information, right? It would take another 2 hours to explain just where all the notes and all these chords fit into the F minor pentatonic scale, but you can kind of see which notes do fit in and which are borrowed, right? Or not necessarily part of the pentatonic scale. Alright guys, so your mission this week is to run all of these patterns So we're going to be starting from pattern 1. Bottom left corner, you see that white F. You play all the way up that pentatonic scale. And then you move up to what looks like the 5th fret on this diagram, but could be any fret, depending on what key you're in. And you play the 3rd dot up, 5th fret on the top, and you come down that pattern. And then you move up to pattern 3, play up that pattern, and then you play down pattern 4, then up pattern 5. And you can just go up and down each pattern individually. It's up to you. Now the value of these scales, like I said, very versatile. Several different chords it works with. It's great for improvising pop, jazz, electronic, any genre. You're going to get a ton of mileage out of these scales. So, as always, jump in the chat if you have any questions. I've been playing a Godin guitar, Godin Multiac, and I really like this instrument. It's got the piezo pickup on the bridge, the humbucker. It's semi-hollow. We've got MIDI outputs, which means you can plug this thing into a MIDI guitar unit and you could be in the future. We're living in the future, folks. Future is now. But essentially, yeah, I mean, you really need to dive deep into this stuff. You really need to put the hours into running these patterns, because it's going to show up time and time again in your studies, and you can get away with a lot, right? You can use this in almost any situation. And then you can obviously do the same thing for any scale, right? You're going to find these resources. Here's one that I share a lot. I'm going to pull it up for you here. I'm just going to like share this in scene 2 here. Give me a sec. Y'all see this? Whoa, it's too big. It's too big. But this is really valuable. I don't know where I found this. It was just on Google, so don't sue me. I just found this on Google image search. You know, why not? So all of the notes have their own color. Right? If you squint, you can see we were playing F pentatonic. It doesn't go past the 12th fret, so you have to be smart about it. You have to know that the guitar repeats. Right? Once you get to the 12th fret, everything above it is the same as fret 1, right? 12 is just like open. And then the guitar repeats like a vintage cartoon, like the moving landscape, right? It's the same thing on the guitar. So you can really dive deep into this and start to understand how the fretboard works, right? Where the octaves are. And if you squint using this diagram, you can see the octaves pretty easily just by searching for a color, a specific color. Red works really well because it kind of pops out, right? Or blue, right? So that's your homework, guys. That's your homework. That's your homework. And this has been a lesson on pentatonic scales. Now, what I really didn't get too deep into is where I was pulling all those chords from that we were playing F minor over. So I might do like a part 2 eventually, where I talk more about just where those chords are coming from, harmonically speaking, like what tonality are we really in. And I might talk a little bit about major pentatonic scales and like the relative major, relative minor kind of complex here, right? So it's really easy to locate the relative major or minor on a guitar, because say you're on the 6th string and you're playing, okay, let's say we're B flat. Actually, let's say we're in A minor. A minor pentatonic. You're seeing right away the second pattern we were looking at, That's the major pentatonic, the relative major. So this is A minor, C major. For A minor pentatonic, the relative major is C. So they share all the same tones. And we were seeing that in our exercise earlier, like they called that pattern 2, right? Well, it's actually just the relative major pentatonic. So you can use these interchangeably, right? If you see a C major, you can play A minor pentatonic, and it works. And that might be obvious to some of you, but I know to a lot of you this is new information, so really get out there and try to experiment. Like play a C major chord. Try playing your A minor pentatonic over top. Right? C and A minor, the same. Relative major, relative minor. So you can use A minor pentatonic over C. If you start from C, you get a C major pentatonic. So it's really important to understand relative major and minor, because if you're in like you're playing a minor tune, and you're like, oh, it's in C minor, and then you don't understand the key signature. You see 3 flats, it's not E flat major if the first chord's C minor, right? So there you go. It's a good one. Right, so you can really hint at that C major tonality. Relative major and minor. So they're actually just always the same distance apart, right? 4 frets. So you can find the relative major, relative minor very easily on a guitar. Same thing on the 5th string, right? And then you're gonna really, if you take it a step further, you can say, oh yeah, like, that's all making sense. A minor and C, there's only one note that changes, right? D minor and F. Right? Only one note that changes. E minor 7 and G. There's only one note that changes. Those are all your relative major and minor. Major and minor chords. Not all of them, but some of them. And then you quickly see that you can do this. Minor 7, major. You're going to see this popping up all over the place. All genres, right? So that's another way of thinking about your pentatonic. Relate the major and minor pentatonics. Run all the patterns. And try to identify new chords that you can use your pentatonic scales over, right? So you can extend, the mileage you get out of the scale, so to speak, right? You can use it in all sorts of different situations. So it's up to you guys. Really take this to the next level. Thanks for tuning in. This has been another guitar masterclass, F minor pentatonic. Feel free to rewind the video and pause to take a look at those diagrams and really take it apart. You can actually slow the video down and see the patterns I'm playing, the 4-note patterns, 5-note patterns. Yeah, all that cool stuff. Enjoy, guys. Thanks for tuning in.